Alright, so today's video is unfortunately not going to be a little bit different. Today we are once again talking about TYT for, of course, all of the wrong reasons, and I'm going to be completely honest, I don't even really know how to set this clip up in a way that would do it justice. This is one of the most absurd, ridiculous things I have seen in a pretty long time, even for TYT, which I have been criticizing, rightfully so, on this channel for a pretty long time now. But the title of this clip is Jenk and Anna respond to AOC's remarks about MAGA men. This is from the main TYT show. They posted this clip onto their channel. And the first thing that I need to say, which just will make more sense after we take a look at the clip, is this title right here is pretty misleading. Very misleading, actually, because that's not really what happened. But let's take a look here at Jenk and Anna responding to AOC's remarks about MAGA men.
I think Democrats need to stop talking about masculinity, period, end of story. Considering how poorly they're performing with men, making fun of masculinity, calling men weak, like there are substantive things to actually attack members of the Republican Party on. Hitting them on the masculinity point, I think, is a really bad move, and honestly, it turns me off personally.
Well, that was my reaction to some of Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's comments on masculinity recently. Now, the representative was making a point about how we should respond to the Trump administration. And her argument is that we're dealing with a bunch of insecure men. Let's go to AOC's comments.
The last thing they want you to do is laugh at them. The last thing they want you to do is make fun of them, because that diminishes them far more than them trying to stick a boot in your face. The fact of the matter is like, these people are, yes, tremendously dangerous, but a lot of them are tremendously dull. People talk about toxic masculinity more than it's like, let's put that to the side for just 1 second. This is about insecure masculinity. And one of the best ways that you can dismantle a movement of insecure men is by making fun of them.
All right,
yeah.
Great imagination there.
Yeah, that's a disaster, okay? So she said, last thing they want you to do is for you to laugh at them. Yeah, that's right. So now, after you laugh at them, what do you think their chances of voting for you are? 0, okay?
Okay, so I just want to say this. They cut that video up. It wasn't even the entire video, but she was talking specifically about Stephen Miller in that video. One of the most evil, vile pieces of shit that will ever walk this earth. Chiron down here even says it. AOC tells Dems to laugh at insecure, laugh in quotation marks at, in quotation marks again, insecure men like Stephen Miller. So they didn't really, I don't know why they cut the video like that. I mean, obviously they're trying to paint this specific narrative to do this completely invalid criticism, but yeah, just for context.
So world's worst political strategy. And if you say, hey, Jenk, she's talking about extreme right-wingers and that are attacking our communities, etc. I get it, guys. But do you think that everyone gets it? Or do men hear that and go, oh, she's making fun of me? Especially when she keeps talking about insecure men, insecure men. Guys, what are you doing? You're driving away voters by the millions.
I'm gonna point out something very specific that she said.
The millions. Millions of people. Millions of voters are going to be driven away by that video. That video that you guys just played. That video is going to drive away millions of votes. That is asinine. That is fucking ridiculous. How is that driving away millions of votes? I need that explained to me. I really need someone to explain that shit to me, because that does not make any fucking sense. That's driving away millions of votes, saying that we should make fun of people like Stephen Miller, which we should, because he is a vile, evil, nasty piece of shit. Criticize him for his demonizing of all of these specific groups for literally no reason. Criticize him and make fun of him. You have every right to make fun of people like Stephen Miller for whatever reason you want.
That immediately turned me against this argument that she was making, because she pointed to, look, I can't stand Stephen Miller. I think he's one of the most nefarious figures in the Trump administration. She was making fun of his height. And it's like, okay, but AOC, do you not understand that when you make fun of his height,
yes,
all the men in the country think about their own height and how you're mocking them if they're the same height as Stephen Miller?
Oh my God. Oh my God. So I actually watched some of this before I got on, and I said to myself, how tall is Stephen Miller? because I was like, I need to know this. So apparently Stephen Miller is 5'10". He's 5'10" according to, I guess this is Wikipedia. I don't even know. He's 5'10". Now, my doctor tells me I'm 5'9". I don't know if that's true. I'm a skeptic. I think I'm like 5'8", but he tells me I'm 5'9". The reason that I'm skeptical about it is because like every single male friend, my brother, every single male that I'm ever around just seems to have like 3 to 4 inches on me. So maybe I just hang around people that are just way above average height. He's 5'10". I'm 5'9". Like I said, I think I'm 5'8". But when I listen to that clip of AOC, or if I listen to anybody make fun of Stephen Miller's height, I don't sit there to myself and think, damn, shit, wow, I'm such a fucking loser. I am just, geez, man. I never thought about it like that. Now I'm so insecure about myself. The difference between someone like me and someone like Stephen Miller is I am not a high-ranking Trump cabinet member who, again, is demonizing all of these groups of people, going on to these news stations and saying just the most vile, horrible, evil shit that could ever come out of one's mouth. Not they seriously just said that people will watch that clip and then every man will be thinking about their height and feel insecure about it. No. That is so fucking stupid. And I will say this openly, I have been very insecure about my height at different points in my life. I still feel some insecurity about it now. But watching that clip does not make me feel insecure about my height. That is so fucking stupid. That is laughable. That is just an egregious lie. No. And then she's about to make a comparison here. That literally it makes me fucking angry as shit. The comparison that Anna's about to make. I'll let her make it though, and then I'll talk about it.
It's the same thing that women feel when, let's say, they're in the office and a group of their male coworkers are talking about a woman who they find unattractive or attractive, whatever. It makes you start thinking about how they perceive you as a woman, how they perceive your physical appearance as a woman. Like, you've got to be smarter than this. What is this? This is your big plan to fight back against the Trump administration?
Yeah, this is AOC's big plan to fight against the Trump administration. But what pisses me off the most about that is she uses an example of coworkers making fun of a woman that they might find attractive or unattractive. How is actual sexual harassment in a workplace comparable to AOC making fun of Stephen Miller's height? Can you explain this to me? Can anybody watching this video right now, or that watched this clip maybe, can you explain to me how those are how they are one and the same? How in the fuck is sexual harassment in a workplace comparable to AOC saying, yeah, you should make fun of these insecure men, these literal fucking demons like Stephen Miller and Donald Trump? Yeah, you should make fun of them. How is that the same fucking thing? How is it the same thing? Again, those the people in this hypothetical situation are not high-ranking Trump cabinet members. They're not. And the other thing about it is people like Stephen Miller, people like Donald Trump, these outrageous, disgusting people sit there and make fun of whoever they want for any reason that they want. They make fun of people's looks. They make fun of people's heights. Donald Trump gets up in front of a crowd and makes fun of trans athletes like he's the most in-shape person in the entire world. It's like, I've said this before in videos and I've gotten some criticism for it. We don't have to stoop to the right's level, but we can take the sick and twisted game that they're playing and flip it around on them. We have every single right to do that, and people should do that. Take their vile, vicious attacks and flip it around on them. Play their disgusting, filthy game and use it against them. And maybe in an attempt to get them to stop playing this vile, disgusting, twisted game. But they're not going to say that. They're not going to talk about that. They're just going to sit there and shit over AOC over something that's just so fucking... This is such a nothing burger. I cannot understand. I cannot fathom what is going through their fucking heads right now. And AOC is someone that you can make some criticism. I think there are some fair criticisms to make of AOC. This is not one of them. This is not even close. This is so fucking just dumb.
This is your big imaginative plan?
Yeah, here, let's show that because it's super uncomfortable. And then I want to talk about why this another epic disaster.
laugh at them. Stephen Miller is a clown. I've never seen that guy in real life, but he looks like he's like 4'10", and he looks like he is angry about the fact that he's 4'10", and he looks like he is so mad that he is 4'10", that he's taking that anger out at any other population possible.
Yeah, no, every short guy is going to take that as a direct affront to them. So they're
No, we're not. No, we're not. Again, I don't know what the national average is for like I don't know what you would constitute as a short man in this country. I think I'm short. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't really know. No. That is fucking again, just the most asinine thing ever. Every short guy is going to see that clip and think that AOC is attacking them. Is every short guy Stephen fucking Miller, Jank? I feel like saying that is worse than what AOC said. AOC saying, yeah, Stephen Miller is a bitch, a piece of shit. He's mad because he's a little bitch. He's a bitch boy, and he's taking out his bitch boy energy on all of these groups of people because he's insecure about himself. And then Jank says, well, if you're a short guy and you see that clip, you're going to be offended. That's more offensive than what AOC said. Are you saying that every short guy is comparable to Stephen Miller? That's how I take that. That's fucking ridiculous. If you're short, you're Stephen Miller.
there goes more millions of votes.
Don't
right?
take it
More millions of votes. How many millions have we lost on this one clip from AOC? We lost millions in the first part they played. Now we've lost even more. What, 10 million votes gone out the window from this, what, a minute and a half clip that they've played of AOC so far? Millions of people flocking to the Republican Party because AOC said you should make fun of insecure men like Stephen Miller. It's crazy, man. That's fucking wild.
It's no short kings.
Okay, see, then she made this super awkward video about short kings.
Wait, she did?
She did.
Oh no!
It was.
I didn't see that.
Yes, and she's like, no, I don't mean short kings. First of all, even you said it, but I wouldn't say short.
No, short king is an actual thing. It's not meant to poke fun at them.
I know, but it sounds awkward. It's like if you.
It sounds awkward. It sounds awkward. Look, buddy. Look. Again, I would consider myself one. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Saying that the term short king is awkward, buddy, you are the one that the short community is going to come after. All my short kings, stand up. Put your hands up. Because we found public enemy number one. Saying the term short king is awkward, buddy, you are in the very small minority on that. That is a very, very, very widely used term online, on social media. Saying that short king is an awkward thing to say, buddy, you fucked up right there. That is far worse. Again, I feel like this whole entire conversation is completely fucking pointless. But if they're gonna do this on their platform with 7 million fucking subscribers, then let's do it. Saying the term short king is awkward, buddy, that is a major fuck up. That is a major fuck up. I also love how Jenks said that she made this video about short kings that they're telling us is awkward. And then she's like, no, she did. Oh God, that's another 15 million votes out the window, I guess, guys. She starts like flipping through her papers, like it's the biggest, like the most horrible, shocking thing in the entire fucking world.
Told me, don't take it offense, Fat King. No, just hold, no, please. Okay, I'm begging you. Okay, so anyways, and she's
this clip, this entire segment is more awkward than anything I could ever conjure up. Like, I don't understand what's happening over there at TYT, man. I really don't get it. Like, this is funny to me, but it's also just like, what are you doing? You guys have, 6 million subscribers. You guys have 6 million subscribers, and this is what you're doing? Jank wants to try and distinguish himself from the mainstream media, and then, like, this is the type of shit that, like, I would expect Fox News to say on, like, a show like The Five. Like, Greg Gutfeld would say some shit like this. Like, what are you fucking doing over there, man?
No, I didn't mean like short in stature, but if like intellectually, then you. But then he look. If you're bad at policy or something or intellect, then you look like you're 4'10". But again, you're emphasizing that short is bad, and she's like, oh, if you're
No, she's not. She's not emphasizing short is bad. Where did that happen? Where did she say short bad? I don't understand. I don't understand, man.
support women, then you're 6'3". But then, okay, 6'3" is good. Oh, please stop, guys. Stephen Miller is a terrible guy. You can call him a terrible guy. Clown, I got no problem with. Definitely a clown, right? He's a hateful guy who's driving terrible policy that the great majority of Americans disagree with.
No, I don't want to laugh at him, okay? I don't want to laugh at him. Sorry to interrupt you. I don't want to laugh at what's going on right now. I don't want to laugh at the idea that there are literal freaking children who are being detained in freaking zip ties because ICE wants to do a raid to get a couple of alleged criminals out of that apartment building. Why are we?
Who's laughing at that? Other than crazy ass fucking Republicans. Who on the left is laughing at that? Most big voices and people on social media that don't have big platforms that advocate and talk about this stuff they're not laughing about that, Anna. We're making fun of the man. We're not making fun of the horrific ICE raids. Who's doing that? What online voices, what progressive voices are doing that? Where is that happening at? How did we start out with them trying to say that they disagree with AOC saying that she shouldn't make fun of Stephen Miller's height to I don't want to laugh at ICE kidnapping immigrants? How did we get here from where we started? This has only been 5.5 minutes. It feels more like 5.5 hours, honestly, sitting here. How did we arrive here? I don't understand how we got here. Someone needs to break this down for me because my head is literally spinning right now.
Terrorizing the entirety of that apartment building in order to do a raid on a couple of people that ICE is looking to detain. Like, that doesn't, I don't want to laugh at that. I get what she's trying to say. They want to get under your skin. Don't let them get under your skin. But I'm sorry, injustice and terrorizing fellow Americans gets under my skin. What is your solution to that, AOC? When you're not busy thinking about running for higher office, what are your solutions? What is your, what are you going to offer up that Americans are going to find more appealing than what the other side is offering up?
Yeah.
More money, more military funding for Israel, which you seem to continuously vote in favor of.
Yeah. So look, guys, Stephen Miller's
again. I think that the only point that they made right there that I can agree with is I think that one of the most things or one of the main criticisms, one of the main criticisms you could make of AOC is her voting in support of military aid to Israel. I think that is the main and most prominent and most recent criticism you can make of AOC, and that one is valid. That is not what this segment is about, though. I just, again, you want to criticize AOC for supporting Israel? Yeah, do that. That's a valid criticism right there. Absolutely, 100%. I don't know what all this other dumb bullshit is. Also, I just need to say this. She's saying, what is your solution? AOC has been pretty vocal about, how horrific the ICE raids are. She's been pretty vocal about knowing your rights. This is something from her website. Again, this is just something on her website. This is one example I'm using. She has this little section here that says, immigration, know your rights. If you or a loved one has an open order of removal or are worried about getting picked up by ICE, please complete this DHS privacy release from our office form. Holy shit. So our office can intervene. Know that you have rights, including access to a lawyer. And then she gives all of these examples of what you can do if ICE knocks on your door or shows up to your work or wherever to try and kidnap your ass. So AOC does care, and I think it's very disingenuous for them to sit there and say, what solutions are you offering up? What are we fucking doing on TYT, man?
driving that policy. So if you say, I can't stand Stephen Miller, I agree with you 100%, right? But you have to, this is elementary politics. You have to isolate Stephen Miller and not associate him with all other men.
That's not what, she didn't do that. She was saying that these MAGA officials are insecure, and the last thing they want to do is for you to make fun of them, which is why you should make fun of them. And I feel like the best example we could use, the main example we could use, is Donald Trump getting made fun of on a daily basis from late night TV show hosts, people like Stephen Colbert, people like Jimmy Kimmel, right? People like Jimmy Kimmel, who had his show canceled, who had his show pulled off of the air because he made comments about Donald Trump. And people can sit there and say, oh, the stuff about Charlie Kirk, whatever. Which Anna apparently was actually in favor, from what I've heard, of Jimmy Kimmel's show being pulled off of the air. So, but she was not saying all men. She was saying these people, these cabinet members, people that are high-ranking officials in the government, are massively insecure, and they do not want to be made fun of because they can't handle it, because they crack under that pressure. And she's 100% right about that. Why are you sitting there saying that she's comparing all men to Stephen Miller? Why? Why are you doing that? It's so disingenuous and disgusting.
That it seems like you're attacking men and driving them towards Stephen Miller instead of away from Stephen Miller. But no, what you're going to get is a lot of people going, oh yeah, toxic masculinity, oh yeah, insecure men, ha, let's make fun of men. Oh God, please stop doing damage. No, we have to unite the country against the vicious policies that Stephen Miller is advocating for.
Yeah, so make fun of him. Make fun of Stephen Miller. Everybody get it, put Stephen Miller in a circle. Everybody make a circle around Stephen Miller and stick your finger out and point and laugh at him. Make fun of him.
By the way, good news. Those policies are really unpopular.
They are unpopular, yes.
Right? So lean into how unpopular they are instead of trying to make them more popular by attacking men.
I don't understand how making fun of Stephen Miller's height makes the policies more popular. Can somebody explain this to me? I sat there and watched the AOC clip, and I did not sit there and be like, damn, I was a Democrat, but after seeing what AOC said, I love Donald Trump now. I'm gonna go out there with fucking red nipple tassels on and shake my man titties around for Donald Trump at his next rally.
Even if you're not doing it on purpose, the optics of it feels like you're attacking men. Are there men who are insecure? Of course. By the way, are there women who are insecure? Of course. So if Republicans went and said, let's put aside toxic chicks for a second, okay? But let's talk about insecure women and what a problem they are. People would be like, well, that's the craziest thing I've ever seen. That's terrible, don't do that, right? When you do it about men, it is actually just as bad. I know that's a revolutionary thought, but we're like, men are also humans, they're also Americans, they're also voters. So please stop driving them away from us. It's a disastrous idea.
Well, Democrats are a disaster, period.
They act like she was vote shaming voters in that clip. That's kind of what they were alluding to at the end there, and that's not what she was doing. And I do think vote shaming can be an ineffective strategy, but that's not what AOC was doing there. I don't know. My head is genuinely spinning from all of that. I'm going to probably just go and throw up. That being said, that is going to be it for this video. If you guys like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, press that little bell, turn on all notifications so you guys never miss an upload. And guys, please, let me know what you thought of this video. Let me know what you thought of Cenk and Anna completely losing their shit over something that is so trivial, does not matter in the slightest. Let me know what you thought of my coverage. Let me know what you thought of the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.